Om Shanti. So this Murli was spoken on 26th of October 1971. And this Murli, the title is The Basis of Action is Attitude. So I'm going to read only that paragraph where Baba is talking about how to charge the battery. So Baba is saying, you have come here to charge your batteries. And so, in order to charge your batteries, constantly consider yourselves to be in charge of world renewal. So who am I? Baba is reminding us, you are in charge of world renewal. So if you constantly consider yourselves to be in charge of the tasks of this world, your batteries will constantly remain charged. When you forget that you yourself are in charge of this, your battery becomes discharged. Therefore, constantly consider yourselves to be in charge of this task. And then constantly check the chart of the charge of your batteries. Baba is asking us to check the chart of the charge of your batteries. Then there will never be a discharge in the thoughts, actions, or stage of the soul. Then this complaint will finish. You have this complaint, do you not? This is the biggest complaint of everyone. This is the biggest complaint of everyone. Right? We keep complaining. I'm discharged in my thoughts, my actions, my stage is not good. So this is the complaint Baba is saying. And the reason for this is that you do not consider yourselves to be in charge of such elevated actions. Whatever actions I perform, others who see me will do the same. So this was the slogan that Brahma Baba used to say. And that's why he was very alert in whatever actions he would perform, because he would remember this, that whatever actions I perform, others who see me will do the same. So take charge of your own actions. So Baba is saying this is fixed anyway, but do you understand to what greater depth you have to imbibe this slogan? What deep slogan is necessary for the bhatti of the Pandavas? You were told about the slogan, whatever actions I perform, others who see me will do the same. In the same way, whatever is the attitude of myself, the soul, the instrument, the atmosphere will be according to that. Right? Yesterday Baba talked about the atmosphere, how we create the atmosphere through our own attitude. So attitude creates our atmosphere. So if our attitude is pure, the atmosphere will also be pure. So Baba is saying, so it is the attitude that transforms the atmosphere. Attitude is more subtle than action. Now you must not pay attention to just your actions, but you must consider yourself to be in charge of creating the atmosphere through your attitude. Who will make the atmosphere Sato Pradhan? All of you are instruments for this, are you not? So Baba is reminding us that we are the ones who create the atmosphere. So we have to take this charge. I am in charge of creating the atmosphere. So Baba says, if you constantly had this slogan in your awareness, would your attitude then become mischievous? So always remember the slogan, whatever actions I perform, others who see me will do the same. So we have to remember this slogan. Baba is saying, if you constantly had this slogan in your awareness, would your attitude then become mischievous? A child will only become mischievous when he is free. Baba is giving the example of a small child. Small child will keep jumping around here and there if the child does not have anything to do, right? So Baba is saying a child will only become mischievous when he is free. So the attitude also becomes mischievous when you lack the awareness of such a great task. So we have to be aware of this great task. I'm in charge of, what is that great task? I'm in charge of world renewal. I'm in charge of creating the atmosphere through my attitude. So we have to be aware of this. So Baba says, if a very mischievous child is kept busy and yet does not let go of his mischievous behavior, what method would be used? There is still the complaint that even though you try to keep your attitude busy in remembrance and knowledge, it still becomes mischievous. So what should you then do? So what is needed then? You're trying to make yourself busy in knowledge and yoga, but still you're not able to create that atmosphere. So what to do? So Baba says, just as you try to restrain a mischievous child with some type of bondage, whether it is a physical bondage or you tie him with your love on the basis of tempting him with some attainment through words. Right? Child is tempted that if you keep quiet, you will get this and this, your favorite toy or your favorite food, whatever. So in the same way, you will have to tie your intellect and your thoughts with one or other bondage. And what is that bondage? Check where your intellect goes. So we have to check our intellect. Where is my intellect going? After checking where the intellect goes, transform those worldly things into spiritual things. Like yesterday, what Baba said, make your intellect alaukic. Right? So what is the meaning of that? Changing your intellect from laukic to alaukic means whatever you see around you, you see with your divine intellect. Make everything spiritual, in simple words. So transform those worldly things into spiritual things. Then, after comparing the worldly things with the spiritual imperishable things, keep the spiritual imperishable things in your awareness. When the attitude of a bodily being is mischievous, then in whatever relationship there is mischief, experience that particular relationship with the Eternal Father in a practical way. For example, Baba is giving the example. If your attitude is mischievous in relationships of the household, then attain the alaukic experience of this relationship from the Father who fulfills all relationships. When whatever was lacking is fulfilled, you will become free from mischief. Do you understand? And that's what, in today's Murli, Baba said, make Baba your world. Baba is my world. What does that mean? Experience all relationships with one Baba. Then there will not be any mischief, because mischief comes when there is something lacking. But if you are full, then there will not be any mischief. So Baba is saying, do you understand? If you have all relationships and all attainments from the one Father, would your intellect be mischievous towards any others? So, the biggest bondage of having all relationships with one is that you have to restrain your mischievous attitude with the bondage of all relationships with the one Father. Then all types of mischief will easily finish. You will then not be able to see any other relationship or any other attainment, and so where could your attitude be drawn to? So Baba is saying, tie yourself, as is remembered in the example of Sita being ordered to stay within the line drawn for her. In the same way, whilst taking every step or creating any thought, consider yourself to be within the line drawn by the Father. If you go outside the line, even in your thoughts, then wasteful thoughts will attack you. So constantly stay within the line that has been drawn for you, and you will constantly remain safe, and no type of sanskar of Ravan will attack you. You will not waste your time again and again in finishing those little things. So the discharge will not happen then. And this is how we discharge the battery, by creating waste thoughts. So neither will there be any attack, nor will your time be wasted again and again. This is why you must now constantly remember your order. So practice. Baba says, you do not have even one thought which is not within the order. The tilak of being such obedient child should constantly be applied to your awareness. Apply this tilak, and then we shall see who claims the first number, who will claim the first prize in adopting this tilak. So this was a little bit about how to charge the battery of the soul. Then there is another paragraph where Baba is saying, you have all relationships with the one Father and receive all attainments from the one Father. By constantly having this in your attitude, you will constantly have the vision of the soul, that is, you will have the vision of brotherhood. Only when you forget the attainments from having all relationships with the one Father does your attitude become mischievous. So by having an elevated attitude, your attitude cannot become mischievous. So make your attitude elevated, and your household will automatically become elevated. So in order to progress, those who are living in a household have to make their attitude good. And then the complaint of the attitude becoming mischievous will finish. In your awareness and attitude, you must constantly have the land of nirvana and the stage of silence. Nirvana dham and nirvana stage. And you must be humble in your activity. So 3 things Baba is telling us. by having the awareness of these three. Humility, that is nirman, renewal, we have to renew the world, and silence, silence, that is going beyond, that is nirvana, and going to that stage, nirvana dham, nirvana stage, and nirman. So these three things Baba is telling us to do. So when we practice this, then your activity, your task, and your stage, all three will become powerful. Acha. Om Shanti.